We are live.
Thank you, Corey. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Utility Safety and Environment Committee meeting. The first item on our agenda is approval of the February 24th and the March 24th, 2021 Utilities Committee meeting minutes. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and properly second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. The next item on the agenda is the matter of appropriating Issue 6 funds for concrete replacement at East Rec Pool with this will also go to Finance. Director Reardon.
Thank you, through you, Chair. So as our maintenance manager, Jay Horwittle, has started to get the pools ready to open, I don't know if you guys have noticed the covers are off now. So in doing that, every year he kind of inspects the decks and, checks out what's going on. Well, the concrete deck at East is in really, really bad shape. So typically what he'll do is he'll try to scrape what he can off and get down to a hard surface, and then he'll patch it himself. There's a lot of spots that are just beyond patching. So that's why he had a company come out, and this is the price to remove, it was like 4,500 square feet, remove and replace concrete over there. I think it's a good investment. We have kids right now that are tripping because we have patched so many times, and that patch just keeps building up and building up. So there's only so much that we can do to repair it. So that's why we're asking for additional funds for that, because this was not in our original, request for our Issue 6 monies this year.
Thank you, Mrs. Reardon. Are there any questions for Mrs. Reardon? Seeing none, I'll read the committee report.
I do have a question, I'm sorry.
Mr. Sarah?
So the money that's been appropriated, where would this money be coming from?
So this money has not been appropriated, so I'm asking for additional Issue 6 funds to be used for this.
To be taken out of where? I don't know if we've appropriated all the funds that were estimated.
I don't believe so. When I talked to Kevin about this, we talked about that $310,000 that was not appropriated for the splash pad at North.
Okay.
And Kevin thought that was a good, spot that monies could be used.
Are there any other questions? Mr. Oswald?
Well, I think I just did a quick calculation, and that was about $7 a square foot, which is right now probably a pretty good price for, cutting it out, removing it and doing it. I think you have to do it at this point. Unfortunately, this is the cost of doing business, so I think, just have to get it done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Oswald. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, I'll read the committee report. We have considered the matter of concrete replacement at East Rec Swimming Pool, and this is an ordinance authorizing the said concrete replacement for the swimming pool at East Rec. Emergency clause requested. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The next item on the agenda is the matter of appropriating Issue 6 funds and entering into a contract for the South Park Phase 2 Trail and the South Park Parking Lot Paving Project. That's a lot of P's. Director Reardon, please.
Thank you, through you, Chair. So I'll kind of explain this a little bit, and I do apologize for the confusion, but the more we've talked about, so we have money that was appropriated for paving projects through Issue 6. We also have money that was appropriated to finish the trail at South, the Phase 2. So after talking to engineering, they thought because they're both paving that they should go out as one bid. They thought we would get a much better price. So they did, they worked their magic. They came up with their estimates. So we also determined that we had to change the trail just a little bit because of some footbridges that are not really on city property, so we're not able to utilize them. So we are asking to put this together, and we also need additional funds to change the trail a little bit. So $127,300 was already appropriated from the trail out of our issue 6 funds. $100,000 would be out of our paving project, which is still issue 6, and then the additional $47,700 would be additional money again out of that $310,000 that we didn't really quote unquote use, would get us to this $275,000 that will go out as one bid, but it will be 2 separate projects. We're trying to get the best deal with, hopefully, since the contractors already have their, equipment out there, we're hoping to get a better deal. So I know that's kind of a lot. I will answer any questions you have.
Does anyone have a question for Mrs. Reardon? Mr. Bruni?
Thank you. Carrie, you're calling it 2 projects because they're interrelated projects, but it's really one project when you talk about the bidding process and the construction, right? I mean...
Yes, when we talk about the bidding process, it will all be one project. One contractor will get it. But I guess in my mind, because we asked for 2 different things in issue 6 money, to me, it's kind of 2 completely separate projects. But for this and the bidding of it, it's one.
Because it's coming out of 2 separate money pools, but really it's going for one project.
Well, and it's all
In a way.
issue 6.
Right.
So,
But different
yes.
project funds in issue 6, but for one construction project.
Yes.
When we do this ordinance, we're authorizing
Yep.
one project,
Yep.
advertise for bids, enter into a contract.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? Mr. Oswald?
The number was 275,000, is this not to exceed 275?
No, that's an estimate. When we advertise for bids, I mean, we're gonna be getting construction bids on this. We don't know what that number's gonna be. We have an engineer's estimate for the project, and we're not gonna put a not to exceed on that. So if it doesn't come in within 10% of the engineer's estimate, whatever that happens to be, Carrie's estimating what this is, that's not a true engineer's estimate at this point. But if it's not within 10% of that, we'll have to rebid the project or come back to council for additional information.
And
Thank you.
I was just going to add, yeah, this is not just me pulling numbers. I mean, this, our engineering department went over all that, but he's right. Sometimes it does come back over 10%, so we have to rebid.
Thank you. Are there any other questions or comments? Seeing none, I'll read the committee report. We have considered the matter of South Park Phase 2 Trail and, South Park Parking Lot Project. And this is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to advertise for bids and enter into a contract for said projects at South Park. Emergency clause requested. Can I get a motion, please? Can I get a second, please?
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. All those opposed? Motion carried. Item number 4 is going to be removed from the agenda because we just talked about it along with item 3. They're the same project. There's no other business to come. Mrs. Ritter.
Can I leave you guys with some good news?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
So just a little bit ago, because we're talking about trails, I got an email. We got a pre-approval letter for the grant for West Park. So
Yay.
we won't get the money till September, but that's going to be the full trail, the pickleball courts, and the restroom. So we're very excited. We just got the email a few hours ago, so I wanted to.
Yes,
guys
thank you
know.
very much. That's exciting news. Thank you. Say what? I didn't hear. So there's no other business to come before this committee. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and properly second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Good night, everybody. Thank you, Mrs. Reardon. Thank you, everyone.